Hey, this is Rhino Figure. What I have here is Long Box Heroes Prestige, the Tick action figure. It is made from Big Bad Workshop, I guess, and it is their first superhero action figure that they made. And so, yeah, as you can see on the side of the box, it says number one. So clearly, this is their first superhero action figure. Now, I want to bring this up before I forget. I bought this for 50 bucks total. Like it was like 49 something dollars, but this guy is $40 retailer store at Big Bad Toy Store, but it is also like 8 extra dollars for shipping. So it is nearly 50 bucks for this thing. It's really expensive. So I'm taking the figure out of the box, as you can see here. Um, I'm taking it out, and you see that it has all the accessories in there. Um, for 50 bucks, just think about that. It looks nice, yes, of course, but 50 bucks, man, it's a little steep. So now I got the figure out of the box, and he looks great. And standing next to Mayfix figures, he scales pretty good for a 1/12 scale figure. And now you can see that there's Marvel Legends action figure. It scales pretty good with them. And then he scales pretty good with the G.I. Joe figure and Toy Figures Company, which is the actual name of the company, the police officer on the right. And here you see the Mezcal 1/12 collective Superman figures standing by the Tick, and they scale pretty good, I think. But I think these magical figures, they always have like really big heads. So yeah. And here you see the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures from Supergirl movie, and the scaling is not too bad, but maybe a little bit too big compared to Tick. A better example would be McFarlane Toys Superman and Batman figures. And you can see that they are too big compared to Tick. So Tick is the true 1/12 scale action figure. Now I'm going to go with articulation. Starting with the head, he looks all the way up thanks to the disc hinge ball joint articulation. Very similar to Marvel Legends action figures where they have a ball hinge and, you know, joined there, and it gives you very little movement. There's not a lot of nuance in the articulation, and you can see the ball joint is also painted on there, so there's going to be some scraping of the blue paint. Now the head turns left and right, in a full 360 swivel, and you can see there it has shoulder joint articulation, the shoulder setup of sorts, and shoulders can go up this far in a T pose, which is good. And then it has a rotation at the shoulder and the bicep swivel there, and it has double jointed elbows, and that are pinless, and they look great. They look good, and it's got a swivel in the wrist. Um, Keep in mind that most of the joints here are painted on with blue paint, so some scraping is going to happen inside on these little joints. So, but they are tinted in blue, so don't worry. Now the upper torso can move pretty good. It can arch pretty far back, and it has side to side tilt there, and it can have a full 360 swivel on the upper torso. Now the waist area, it could only move a little bit. It moves a little bit side to side, and it moves a little bit front and back, but it cannot do a swivel like the upper torso could. Um, as you can see here, it does upper swivel can do more of the upper torso, and it arches back much further and crunches forward pretty good. Okay, not not great, not really great, but it has it does have good mobility there in that torso. Now the hips, it can it can do a split, but it's kind of a struggle to get it there, and I can feel it scraping on the plastic on the inside, so be careful with that. And it can kick up pretty good, I would say, and it does have a thigh swivel and a full 360 swivel, and it's a lot like Marvel Legends basically, and it's got pinless knees, and it is double jointed, those knees, and when bent like that, it looks kind of weird because it's so long. It kind of reminds me of McFarlane figures, where McFarlane is really long at the front when bent. It looks really weird. And so, but it's not too bad here. I'm willing to let it slide because it's the first figure. And this one here does not have a swivel at the ankle, but it can move the legs. It can move the feet downwards, and the feet can go upwards pretty good. That's a good range. And it does have ankle pivot, and it has toe hinges, which is a nice addition to this action figure. Problem is it has no ankle swivel, so it's gonna pose a little bit weird. Now, the overall aesthetic of this figure is amazing. It's truly amazing. I love how this looks. Absolutely love it. I adore it. Um, it it looks exactly like the Tick, and that's the beauty of it. He has very exaggerated features. He has like Mr. Incredible body with a huge chin, and it's just awesome. And to me, it looks a lot like the animated series Tick, which looks exactly like that. So I appreciate them for that because I did watch the animated series and it was pretty good. It's got some pretty good stories there, so I like it. Now onto the head sculpt. It looks great. It looks exactly like him. That's awesome. My real, what's a real downer for me on this particular head sculpt is it's got some kind of paint splotch or a smudge on his upper lip right there. You can clearly see that blue smudge on that upper lip. I contacted Big Bad Toy Store hoping that they'll give me a replacement for that head sculpt. So, and now moving on to the accessories. You can see that he has a pair of fist hands, which look great, and then he has the gripping hands, which should hold the binoculars, which I will show in a minute. And there's a smiling head sculpt, and then there's the happy or talking head sculpt, or yelling head sculpt, or whatever it is. And then there's a serious face head sculpt expression. And you see that he also has a tie accessory and a pair of binoculars. Now you see the hole on the bottom of the feet. That's for sticking the figure onto the base stand, which looks kind of like a brick or something. And the title name on there is obscured by his feet. It's kind of weird looking like that, but oh well. Okay, now that the review is over, I would like to talk about my opinion and uh, is it worth it to you? In my opinion, this is a great action figure for the Tick. Um, we never have a superposable Tick action figure until this one came up. We never had one. If there was one, it was always a custom of the Tick. So it's nice to have like an official Tick action figure that is superposable, that has over 20 points of articulation. It's nice to have that. And yes, it is expensive. It is $40 retailer shop. At the retailer shop, it is $40. So it's not cheap. So it's not exactly affordable. Um, so you have to, decide if that's worth it to you. To me, I think it's kind of worth it because it is super accurate to the source material, and it has over 20 points of articulation, and there is literally zero superposable take action figure other than this guy right here. So if you want a good take action figure, look no further than this one. It's the best one you have because it's literally the only one available that you can get right now. So if I were you, I would definitely grab it if I was a fan of the Tick comic or TV series or whatever. So definitely grab this figure for sure. It looks awesome. The sculpt work is beautiful, and it has really nice articulation joints, and it is really accurate. The only drawback is that it is pretty expensive, and it's got some paint smudge on the face. So it's, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's amazing. You should definitely grab one. Thank you for watching, and hope you subscribe, and hopefully I see you again soon. Take care.